Hello, and welcome to Shaded Reality. I am going to apologize in advance. I look really rough today. So, yeah, I'm a hot mess. I was cleaning my house all day, and I was like, oh my gosh, we still need to record my episode. And I messaged Marie, and she's like, I can do it right now. And I was like, well, this is what they're going to get. So, here we are.
Don't worry. I looked way, way worse on the last episode. So, oh, and I wanted to tell you, and I'll tell everyone else, I think we're going to put this one up on Wednesday because Thursday's Thanksgiving. So I think people will be busy with stuff. So they can at least, like, maybe they want to have it while they're cooking or whatever, so I'm going to put it up Wednesday. So I'm going to do a Monday, Wednesday for these episodes this week, just since it's a holiday week.
Yep, I know. I can keep forgetting that it's Thanksgiving, and I did not decorate my house yet, and I wanted to decorate it, not for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, but I'm having Thanksgiving here, and today was going to be my day, and then I started cleaning, and I don't feel like bringing up all the totes and everything from the basement, and here it is 2:30, and when I start something, I need to commit and finish. So I think it's going to be after Thanksgiving when I get my Christmas stuff up because there's too much happening. I feel like that Wednesday I have to do all my shopping to get the food and whatever.
Yeah, no, just keep it old school. We always used to have a fall decor. No one used to have Christmas decor up for Thanksgiving.
I know. I feel like Thanksgiving or fall is getting skipped over. Or maybe I'm skipping over because now I like to decorate for Halloween. So I feel like I go from Halloween right into Christmas. And I'm kind of getting rid of all my fall decorations. So, all right. Well, I guess we can get started unless you have anything else to say.
Nope, I'm good to go. I will probably not say a ton unless I have a real story or something because my husband is redoing our roof. So I'm going to mostly stay muted except for real commentary. So you're not going to hear my, oh yes, I'll just shake my head.
Okay.
Well, I think that would be, okay. My voice isn't great either, so.
No, you sound like you really lost your voice there.
Yeah, I don't feel sick, but... Everyone out there, take your oregano oil. If you think you're going to get sick, they feel great. It just sounds not great.
We love oregano oil. We are huge fans, thanks to our mother, who's really big into that kind of stuff. And I feel like so am I. I am into the more natural, holistic stuff. But oregano oil is amazing for so many things.
Yeah, I have never taken it before, and man, I am impressed. I'm impressed with how well it works.
We went to Great Wolf Lodge this past weekend, and I said, I swear that's where you got your little sickness from or whatever.
Yeah.
And I started taking the oil of oregano a couple days before we left. So
yes,
I think I was good to go.
And it's in pill form if anyone's looking for it that I take. I think you can buy drops too. For you can mix it with water, but it's very strong tasting. So I would recommend the gel pills because it's
I like
very
it.
Strong.
You burp it up, which sounds so weird. I like the taste. I like the taste of it.
It's bad. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to drink it.
Herbs. No, I wouldn't want to drink it either. And it's good for other things too. So my daughter has both of them have super sensitive, funky skin. And she gets this, she'll get I shouldn't even say this, but in the summertime and wearing wet bathing suit, she'll get almost a yeast infection, rash on her butt. And I hate taking her to get on a steroid. I hate it. I do not like to constantly keep putting a steroid to get rid of this, bumps or whatever. So I was reading into it, and you mix, you can't use the oil of oregano straight because it is so potent. You need to mix it with coconut oil. And I use that on her, and it clears it up instantly. It's super it's amazing. Love it.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I am doing season 3, episode 4, and I have notes wrote here. I feel like you asked these same or read the same stuff in your episode, but I'm just going to quickly go over it again because this is how it started out. But it was, it starts with the girls. They're still at dinner with Marciano, and they got the results from the lie detector test. And I think this is what you wrote or what you read last time. But it was Michaela and Macy read the results. Have you ever had the sexual relations? She said no, that was true. Sexual physical contact beside the 2 kisses. Jesse says no, and that was inconclusive. And Jesse was like, what? I don't understand. Which then I think we also discussed physical sexual contact.
That was right where mine ended.
Anything. You know what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't actually have any conversation after that. Yeah, that's right where it ended.
Okay. So that's when Jesse was like, I don't understand, which, and I feel like this question is so contradictive. And the Marciano is literally, this grossed me out, shoving a wing, like a chicken wing, in his mouth and is like, I feel so much better about myself. What does that mean? Like, what did he mean by that? I didn't understand it.
I don't know.
Then the next question regarding this situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that would mean. He didn't do anything to help.
I don't know if they he said that at a different time, but they just filled that in there and it didn't really make sense. I didn't get it. Do you hear that little beep, 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 beep?
No.
It's my daughter's iPad.
Oh, yes, I do.
Someone's calling her. Yeah, someone's calling her and it's going to go off for a while. I'm not getting up. So then the next question, regarding that situation about Marciano, have you lied about any of it? And Jesse says no. And then it was significant reaction failed. Have you lied or have you told any lies about Demi regarding Marciano? Jesse says no, and she failed that also. So she was like, what? What? Freaking out about the whole thing. And again, who knows? Lie detector tests, I feel, are so, for certain things, I think they're good. And then other things, it can be so contradictive. Because in your mind, you might be thinking one thing and saying...
Yeah. There's a reason they're not allowed. Yeah. For real cases and stuff. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time with the pulling a lie detector test into reality shows. It kind of annoys me. It never seems to actually prove anything. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of them. I would never go that direction.
Yeah. No. It's more of, for the show than anything.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? Oh, Jesse's in complete shock, and Marciano has this stupid grin on his face, and I feel like he's loving every moment of this. Jordan calls Jesse, and she gets up from the dinner table to go and call him back. Taylor's like, this isn't going to end well. And Macy's like, do you think? Macy's like, do you think? I mean, they are separated. And Taylor's like, you act like they're divorced. So I know you touched base on this, but when we watched it back, because I was very, I can't stand Jordan, but I felt like in this situation, what she was doing was wrong. If it was reversed, before we knew everything that actually happened now, but if that was reversed and my husband cheated on me and then he was going to meet this other woman, had dinner, didn't tell me about it, yes, I would be very upset, especially if we're trying to work on our marriage. I just didn't think it was right. And I felt like Taylor was very valid when she said that. Yeah, they're not divorced, they're separated. And typically when you're separated, you're trying to work on something. It's not oh, we're separated to go do what we please most of the time.
Right. Yeah, and all I can say is from her Nick Viall podcast thing, she did say, at this point, to me, it was almost like a relief. I was getting divorced. I did not even think that there was any way we could reconcile with what I had been through. And so to me, I wasn't even thinking of Jordan, period. I didn't think I owed him any explanation. I wasn't with him. They were living two completely different lives. Like, I guess she would do 2 days in the house, then go to a hotel, and he would do 2 days in the house. So like, they were like just passing each other to like maintain custody of kids and like keep things going, and they were only seeing each other in their like once a week therapy or whatever it was. So in her head, she was like, I don't know him anything. I have no requirement to tell him what I'm doing when I'm not in the house, or kind of thing. Right or wrong, that was just her headspace.
Right.
So
yeah, and it's just like when we're watching this back, it is kind of like, what the heck is going on? But then when she explains it that way, then it's like, oh, well, that's understandable. Yeah. I get it.
And taking it back, I remember when Dakota was leaving Taylor's house, and I think I said something like, oh, he's probably going to go sleep with someone else. And you're like, do you think? Well, they're working on it. And I was like, well, they're separated. So I don't know. I guess in my head, I think if you're saying... They're not saying we're working on it. They're saying they're separated. They are two different entities now. They're no longer in a relationship. I get the marriage. Like, the marriage part makes it more significant or bigger. I understand that. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I said I completely agree with Taylor in the situation. Just because they are separated doesn't give her the right to do what she wants. They're trying to work on their marriage. I would not be okay with my husband going to dinner with a woman I had an affair, or that he had an affair on me with. Jesse talks to Jordan. He sounds very kind of quiet on the phone. Like, I don't know if he was trying to talk light so that the cameras wouldn't pick up on him, or he knew that he was talking. I'm not sure, but he sounded either like he just woke up, or like he was trying to talk quiet so no one could hear him. She tells him, that the results came back and that they both answered that they didn't have sex with each other and that they both passed. You can tell she is on edge also when she talks to him. And she says, well, we are all actually at dinner right now. And his voice raises and is like, you're at dinner with him? Don't you think that you should have told me you're going to dinner? And then that's when he starts like almost like yelling and raises his voice. Jesse was like, no, I mean, we are separated and I am my own person. I said, I disagree. I do not like Jordan at all, but she is the one wanting to make her marriage work because this is what I thought happened. You don't get a free pass when you're separated to do what you want. I think that she should have been honest with him. He tells her to go and do whatever she wants and have a good night and hangs up the phone. And then that's when it goes to the opening, and this is the Book of Deceit. So all the girls meet in Taylor's room after dinner. Taylor wanted to, sit down and ask Jessie, how she was feeling and where she was at in her situation, because they haven't really had, I don't think, a one-on-one with her and Taylor. She said Jessie hasn't really shown a lot of emotions, and Taylor's like, I feel like you're kind of making light of all of this and joking about it.
Yeah.
Which I felt at the same situation with Taylor and Dakota. It is some people react differently. I feel like I would just be a ball of emotions and just be crying all the time, which I mean, Jessie does get very upset, but I feel like she also is making jokes about it. But I feel that's how some people handle uncomfortable situations. They make jokes about it. I feel like Jessie finally opens up and tells the girls, what she did was completely wrong and that she's not saying that it's okay at all. But her and Jordan have been fighting almost daily for the past 3 years. She said that she couldn't do anything right, whether it was cooking, cleaning, parenting, a lot of name calling, and she did it all and he didn't do anything. She said he holds a lot of resentment, or she holds a lot of resentment because she is the breadwinner and he does nothing, which has to be so
crazy.
If you're having a man tear you down daily on how you're doing everything wrong, but you're the one doing everything along with making the money.
Way.
bye, leave, bud.
No,
like, go find yourself a different woman.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
Right. That's why I don't, like, I feel like men do this to women who they know they're stuck. Like, I can treat her like this and I can do what I want because she's got nowhere to go. And this is the complete opposite situation for Jesse. Like, girl, kick him out. Be like, bye. I can clearly take care of myself and my kids.
Yeah.
I don't get it. She has to have some major trauma. Like, that
she probably also, I don't know. So she also talked about in that interview that she owns her business, like, with her family. So Jordan must not have a stake in that at all. Because she didn't say that. Or I'm wondering, does she feel stuck? Because they'd have to pay him out. And that would affect her family, like, financially.
Right. That's true.
I don't know.
I would hope that he wouldn't have a part in that. But who knows? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
When
like,
you get married, if you have a business, like, everything becomes equal assets unless you purposely legally separate them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So with my husband and I, like, he had his own landscaping business for years. And I'm like, I didn't want any part in that. Like, that was his thing.
Yeah.
And even with, like, my salon, like, I don't own, like, I rent my building and everything. But, like, he has nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing.
But what about
like
legally? Like, if you guys got divorced, how would that work? Like, if he fought you for half of your business. Like, you guys didn't sign a post-nuptial agreement that says, he doesn't own half of this, it's only mine.
Right. I mean...
So that's what I don't know. She might be
He wouldn't get anything. I don't
mad.
make that much money.
Right. It's not like you have, like, this huge
But in
amount
my
of assets,
situation,
like...
yeah, right. He would just be like...
But she does.
That's yours, bye. Right, yeah. In their situation, I can understand. But he wouldn't be fighting for anything of mine in my situation.
Yeah, you would just be like, okay, I'll dissolve this LLC and open another one after we're divorced. Like, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah. If that happened to me, I would be like, shit, now I got to get another job.
Yeah.
Plus have my salon. So Miranda says it's so difficult knowing when it's time to leave because she went through it. Oh, this, like, Miranda then got, like, you could see clearly. Like, I know when Miranda came in, she was dealing with a lot, but nothing was ever really touched base on her. And I think that Miranda's still dealing with it in this season. I feel like things have kind of moved on. Just seeing her and Chase and how, like, I mean, they, like, make TikToks together and he makes gross comments to her all the time. I mean, I feel like if he has a girlfriend and I was the girlfriend and he was making comments like that to his ex-wife, I would be like, can we be done? You know what I mean? Like, do you still want to be with her? Like, I don't know if you see, I do not follow Chase because I don't want to give him that whatever. Like, I don't know if it goes by so many people that follow you, you get more money, whatever. I don't want him to have it.
Engagement, but I follow Miranda.
Yeah. Yes. And, like, whenever I see his stuff, I just, like, scroll right through because I can't stand it. But he's in a lot of Miranda stuff, or Miranda will post something and whole comment, like something like sexual to her. And she's just like, oh, bye. You know, like, and like kind of jokes back with him. And I'm like, no. Yeah. No.
I'm hoping in season 4 we get more of a Miranda story, like a book of Miranda or something, you know? Yeah. Like to hear her backstory and really get to know her. Because I like her, but I don't honestly know her. You know, she's kind of boring in general for the show.
So, she said, you know, it's so difficult knowing when it is time to leave your partner because she went through it with her ex. She says it looks like they have a pretty great relationship and two people are not great together as a couple, but can be good co-parents or friends, meaning Miranda and Chase. I feel so bad for Jesse because I think that she really is trying to hold it all together for her family, but I think that she really needs to leave Jordan. She breaks down and is sobbing, like legit cannot catch your breath kind of cry. Like, you know how there's cries on here that you're like, is that a real cry or is that a cry for the camera? This was a I am broken and I don't know what to do kind of cry. She's saying, I don't know what to do. Yes. She says she'll wake up one morning feeling free, but then the next she's thinking about never being able to go on another vacation with her entire family again. She's afraid she's going to let people down, and she also doesn't want to go through another divorce. This is me being a person, you know, looking in from the outside, but I just want to be like, it might be like extremely hard right now in the moment, but it's going to be so much better in the long run, you know. And that has to be so hard. I think that their families are very close.
Yes.
So she thinks that she's not just
parents
letting,
are like best friends.
Yeah. So she feels like she's letting so many people down, which just, it sucks because it shouldn't be that way. It's what she would want. So then it's the next morning. All the girls are eating breakfast, and Jessie says that she wishes she would have been a little bit more mean to Marciano just because of what he did to her and potentially ruining her family. I think that she was actually really excited to see him, even though he lied about what they did. I feel like Jessie is too nice, can be too nice. Like, I feel like she forgot what he actually did to her. You know what I mean? Because that was like a big accusation. You know, like,
I know.
It wasn't a lie that he just like made up and told someone. This was for the entire world to make judgment, and her kids are going to see this one day. It's not fair. Like, there is, it was not okay on his part or Demi. And I feel like Demi should,
the question wasn't
like,
even
how
asked.
How can you be like that?
Yeah, Layla was there to find out about Demi, period. And she was just like blown away when Marciano even brought Jessie up. So like, he could have had that entire conversation and camera time without ever bringing Jessie into the conversation, period. Like, it was just all so unnecessary.
Yeah. Jessie also tells the girls that Jen and Zach are back in Utah and that Jordan told Zach what Jessie did. Taylor says that Jen does want to come back to Mom Talk because I think that they said that Taylor is, I think, the only one that's really been talking and like having conversation with Jen. The girls head back home. Jessie is arriving at her house immediately after the trip. Like, she's walking in with her luggage. Jordan is like, do you want to sit in the living room? Jordan says that he is having a hard time because it seems like Jessie had this plan to speak with Marciano without discussing it with him. He says, I'm not sure if it was you or one of the girls who invited him to dinner, but that was totally fucked up. Jessie says that she invited him and she had to read the results, and Jordan is like, he could have sat his ass at the hotel like the piece of shit that he is. Again, I'm understanding Jordan and where he's at, but I also understand Jessie's situation. Jessie's like, I'm not as angry at him as you are, and that fires Jordan up. Yeah. He starts saying hateful things that their kids are going to see that their mom is a cheater. You need to take accountability. He continues to bring up the kids and saying things that he knows is going to hurt her. And this is where I didn't. Yes. He is being such a like disgusting man. Like, he knew what was going to hurt her, and by bringing up their children, that was like digging in deep. And that's when she got, like, you could tell she was just kind of like curled up in her little ball on the couch, and she felt like defeated, I feel like, in that moment. Jessie says, I don't think that it was a mistake inviting him. And Jordan is like, well, then you need help. Again, you know what I mean? Like, he is just saying really, really nasty things. Jessie breaks down crying, is like, you have valid points, but the way that you are talking is how Jordan, the way you are talking to is how, the way that Jordan is talking to her in this moment is how he has talked to her in the past. And it's like, you know, striking a nerve with her. And Jordan's like, yeah, it's how it used to be, right? And then Jordan's like, this is exactly the reason why I treated you that way. Because I have oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Jordan is like, this is exactly the reason why I treated you the way that I have, because the lack of accountability you have. So he's saying that it's valid for him to talk to her that way and treat her like that way, because he's saying she's not taking.
Yeah, you're allowed to get abused because this is your fault. You have to take this from me. That's what he's doing on camera, in front of what he knows will be the world. So how does he talk and treat her? Like, it has to be so much worse. You know what I mean? Because what he's saying right now, he thinks this is the okay way to act, that everyone will be on my side with this. I can't even imagine the things he says to her when it's nighttime and nobody's around, and you know what I mean? Imagine what their kids have heard.
I know. Yeah. And she said that also, that he has said things in front of their kids. And I mean, their kids are little, but like, the kids know. Like, they do.
Kids aren't stupid.
Jordan keeps saying that he's doing everything possible that he can do to save their marriage, and Jesse is not doing anything.
Except he's not stopping the abuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesse says, I'm sorry that I didn't handle it the way that you would have, Jordan. And then he says, I hope that we can just put this to bed for the sake of our kids, and we don't have any communication with him for any reason. Jessie in confession says that she can't promise that she won't ever talk to Marciano again. Miranda, Layla, and her friend are in Salt Lake City, Utah, heading to a coffee shop. Miranda asked Layla if she has been on any dates recently, and she said no, that her confidence has been kind of low. She says that her hair has been killing her confidence, and she shows the girls where her like extensions are, and she is losing a ton of hair and has like this balding spot on her head. She said that the weight of the extensions are ripping out her hair, and that she has had the extensions in because her hair's so bad. And I think that I said this before, like this was before even this show started, and I would, like watch Jessie's videos. And I remember Layla sitting in her chair, no extensions in. And I was like, oh, her hair was awful then. You know what I mean? So I can't even imagine what it looks like now after the years of having these extensions in. And she has completely different hair that has to be done a different way than like what our hair would be. You know what I mean? Like tape-ins, or I don't even know what kind of extension she uses. So
yeah. She apparently doesn't use sew-ins with a net.
No.
Because that's what we've seen.
Yeah. I'm pretty
sure I would think
tape-ins.
Anyone who uses that many extensions and wants them all the time, not just for a special occasion, probably shouldn't be using tape-ins. I'm not a hair person, but that's my guess.
I think she might use tape-ins. You usually do them here on the side for fill-in, but then they're sewn in.
Yeah.
So you put little beads.
They use such long, like they're so long and so many. I can't imagine it wouldn't yank anybody's hair out.
I feel like if you are going the extension route, you better have the money to continue your extension route.
Yeah.
Or your
keep getting them moved up and stuff so that it's not like pulling down. And I don't know.
Yeah. Because even look at Jen's hair. Jen's hair is ruined too. And I don't know if Jen just has
a little bit more texture in her hair too.
Yeah.
She might have more texture in her hair than like we do.
Yeah. Well, and look at Demi's hair. She's clearly not getting them anymore. Oh.
No, her hair didn't look thin, but it just looked fried. I don't know what her problem was.
Layla said that she's going to find someone new that knows her hair texture, and her friend asked her if she's going to tell Jessie, and then it cuts off. Like she didn't give a response, and then it's her MCO beauty event. When I watched, and then I just said when I watched this, I was like, Layla, you better tell Jessie. Like, I would be, as a hairdresser, more hurt finding out later than her just like a client coming to me and being like, hey, listen, I have different texture hair, or like not even like that aside. I want to change. I want to find someone new. I had a client who was my client for not that long, like maybe like 6 months to a year. And she was trying to get in with this one hairdresser for a long time. Well, she finally took her in, and like she called me and was like, hey, I finally got in with this hairdresser. I'm so sorry. Like nothing that you did. It's just like I have been wanting to be with her. And I was like, listen, I am so appreciative for you calling and telling me that, because I've had people ghost me. And I'm like, then you see them out. You clearly know they went somewhere else to get their hair done. And then I feel like embarrassed. Like, what did I do? And then I have so much shit going through my head. Like, did I do something did I say something to offend them? Did I mess their hair up? Just be honest with your hairdresser. I mean, not all hairdressers. Some are fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Witness that. But most people, like, if they're a good fucking human being, they're not going to be upset with you. And I knew that Jesse's not going to be upset with her. Just be honest with her.
Especially if your hairdresser's also your friend.
100%. Yes. Yeah. Jesse, Michaela, and Macy are standing at a table talking. Oh, they're at the event. And Jesse is like, look what I found in my purse. And Michaela immediately says, a condom. And she's like, no, Vanderpump Villa chocolate. I don't even know why I put that in there. But
very important.
Yeah. Then they show Jen walking into the event. They played this in like slow motion, like, bitches, I'm back. Like, she had her hair up in this like high updo, these pieces in the front, yellow strapless dress with this matching silk scarf around her neck. I think at one point
me of middle school dance.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't like current, it wasn't fashionable. The hairdo, I was like, what is with the updo? Who does updos? Like, what is happening?
I know. It's funny that you said that now, because I feel like I may have looked just like that at my middle school dance. And then I swear at like one point she takes the scarf and like flips it back when she's walking in like in slow motion. Jen walks over to the table with all the girls, and they talk like, you know, they haven't seen each other. And she never had a mental breakdown. It was like when she walked over, everyone was just like, hey, Jen, and like gave her a hug, and like Jen acted like everything has been fine. She tells the girls that she will be having the baby there in Utah, and that they will be staying there for a while. Jen asked Jesse if they could, you know, talk privately, and they walk away to like off to the side. Jesse immediately apologizes for the way that she treated Jen in Vegas, and she says that it was 100% projection on what was happening in her marriage. And when she was seeing Zach doing it to Jen, she was triggered because that's what Jordan was doing to her, which makes sense. Jen said that in this moment, all she can feel for Jesse is empathy and just wanting to be there for her.
Jenny's a legit good person. Like,
agreed.
Her and Taylor, both. Like, I think they are, like, legit. Like, they will forgive people. They will understand that not everybody has a perfect life. Like, of all the girls, they all seem okay. I mean, some more drama than others. But those two just seem like they will always listen and, like, roll back if they were wrong or whatever, you know? Like,
they discuss Demi and the Italy Marciano situation, and Jen is like, I called that, and that's why she was trying to deflect her problems onto someone else, and Jen was just an easy target. Jesse and Jen hug it out, and Jen says that she hopes moving forward that they have a more authentic, real friendship. The girls are sitting outside, and they have these little appetizers that they're serving to everyone. And the one is this little mini cone of ice cream. And it shows, I don't know if you remember, this tiny little ice cream that you can literally eat probably within 2 bites. Like, she's like, licking this tiny ice cream cone, and it just made me laugh. I had to put that in there. So I guess the guys then are meeting up for dad talk, and Jesse's like, I'm sure Jace and Jacob are going to be quiet, and Dakota and Jordan are going to be sucking each other's dicks. The girl, which is, true. The girls' faces, though, are in complete shock, and Layla's like, ew, I'm dying, because I feel like I talk just like Jesse, and I think that it's funny. Most of the time Jesse says some questionable things, but I feel like that's something that I would say too. Yeah. But the girls were just like, what? Like, that's so gross, Jesse. All of the guys are meeting at Jesse's house. It's Jordan, Jace, Dakota, Jacob, and Zach. Jordan wants to have a meeting about the whole Marciano dinner thing.
Yeah. Which,
this is not their problem. This is a Jordan Jesse problem. Mm-hmm. Nobody else's husbands should have to be involved in this. I said this later, so I'm not even going to say it right now. But Jordan starts the conversation with, I'm not sure if you guys know, but the girls thought that it would be a good idea to invite Marciano to dinner with them. When he knew, Jesse told him she is the one who invited him. Yes. And then he's making it seem like one of their wives invited him.
Yeah,
and
it's all the girls. Okay. We all need to be on the same page about how much we're against the girls. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck, Jordan? I'm pretty sure all of the men know that their wives had dinner with Marciano. Yeah. And when you actually watch the footage back, you see the girls didn't even know that he was coming because he just showed up with Jesse. They were sitting at the bar, all the girls walked down to dinner, and then him and Jesse walked over together. Your wife invited him, and she told you that. Here, I said, this is something that I can't stand. When someone is having an issue in their relationship, they try and get you angry in yours. Yeah. I had a friend years ago that, she had such a toxic relationship with her husband. And I felt like then, because she didn't have a good relationship, she also wanted me not to have one. And there were moments that, because I never really had anything, awful to say. But I think one time, I was telling her something, and she's just like, what? Really? Oh, that wouldn't be okay with me. And then I was kind of digging and making it seem like it was worse than it really was. Yeah. And then, I don't like that. Just because you're having issues doesn't mean that everyone else needs to be having issues also. I felt like Dakota was just fueling the fire and is like, yeah, what are your wives saying? Do they think that this is okay that Jesse's doing this? Shut the fuck up. Dakota. Jordan and Dakota are so far up each other's ass. It's not even funny. They are... Wait, are they pushing her to do this? Or are they just telling her, he said, are they pushing her to do this? Or are they just telling her, yeah, this isn't a good idea? Mm-hmm. Jacob is like, Macy only knows what Jesse's telling her. And it's not like she's trying to feed anything to her. Jesse's going to make her own decisions. Yep. Zach then chimes in and is like, that's bullshit, bro. Because when Jen and I were having issues in our marriage, all of the girls shitted on me and didn't give her what she wanted. I disagree with this because the girls stick with the girls, which is how it's supposed to be. The girls are friends with each other. They're not friends with the fucking husbands. No. You know what I mean? I think of me and my friends that I have. We all have this group of friends that the wives are friends and the husbands are friends. And it's always been that way. When we got married, who I wanted in my wedding were the same people that Skylar wanted in his wedding, and it was their husbands. It just worked out perfectly. And it's been that way for years. We've just had this group of people. I can tell you, if one of my girlfriends was having issues with their marriage, if their husband wanted to have a sit-down conversation with me, I would be like, no, I'm on her side. You know what I mean? Whether it's right or wrong, that's my girlfriend. You're not my friend. Go talk to somebody else. Who cares? You know what I mean? I don't know. Jacob suggests getting the girls together so that Jordan can talk to them and give his side of the story. Why? Zach says that he doesn't think that mom talk supports each other's relationships and that they should be fighting to keep these families together. I will always have my girlfriend's back, and it's not up to the friends to keep a marriage together.
No.
They just want the best for their friends.
Yeah.
And then I put
and sometimes that means not being in the marriage anymore. But they're going to support their friends' decisions. That's what they're doing. They're not going to tell their friend, stay in or leave. They're going to say, what direction are you heading? And I'm going to support that direction. That's all you do as a friend.
I think these men think, well, we have a family. You need to keep your family together. No matter what is happening, we need to stay together as a family. And I think the women are like, opposite. If this is toxic, you need out.
Yes.
Zach then says, oh, this made me mad. Zach says, I think that mom talk could learn a lot from dad talk. Shut the fuck up, Zach. I was like, for him to even say that in his interview, I'm like, are you losing your freaking mind? Like, that was just laughable.
Yeah.
So then Macy and Jacob are at their house, and they're just like kind of discussing, what Jordan talked about at the dad talk meeting. Macy pretty much says that she's not going to tell Jesse what to do, that she needs to make those decisions on her own. Jacob actually says, do you think that Dakota and Zach are actually talking to Jordan about the things that he's doing to Jesse? And Macy's like, absolutely not. Maybe you need to talk some sense into him and ask those questions. I said, yes, let's make Jordan accountable for his actions, not just Jesse. Yeah. Because and they're saying, Zach and Dakota, because I think those are Jordan's like best friends. Mm-hmm. They are agreeing with whatever Jordan is saying. They're just like his hype man. They're not actually asking the questions like, well, what are you doing in this relationship? How did this get here? Clearly, it's not just because of this kiss. It's more than that.
Right. And they're only hearing his side. Right.
Layla made an appointment with an ethnic hairstylist, which I think is a great idea for her, but she didn't end up telling Jesse that she was going somewhere else. She asks the hairdresser, if her friend will know. And she's like, yeah, girl, there is no hiding this new hair.
Yeah.
Layla's like, oh, damn. She says she, doesn't have bad intentions behind not telling Jesse. She just knows that she's going through a lot. And I know that Jesse would rather her tell her, than finding out and being embarrassed that she, she did something wrong.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I feel like if she would have just like called her up and been like, Jesse, I know like you're going through so much right now, but I feel like I need to find someone who knows my hair because I'm having a lot of breakage. I'm not sure what's going on, with my hair right now. And Jesse would have been like, fine.
Yeah. The circumstances around it make it so easy to be able to tell her. You know what I mean?
And then I think when she makes these little comments, like if Jesse would have never brought it up, was she just going to like let it go? I mean, clearly
I think it's her age. I think she just
out
isn't
at sometime
mature enough. Like those little things, sometimes she's like, oh, this is just easier. Kind of thing.
Or when she goes in weekly to get her hair shampooed at Jesse's salon and curled, I think they're going to know.
No, yeah. Oh, this isn't how we do ours. These are
like what?
Yeah.
This is not correct. When she's done with the installation, I didn't think that it looked great. But it was straight. Because the next day when the girls all met up together, I thought it looked awesome. Like it looked really good. And in her TikToks and stuff, like now her hair does look really.
Yeah.
All the girls are meeting in the park. Miranda and Layla show up in a parking lot, and Layla's like, I'm so nervous to see Jesse. Do you think she's going to notice? And Miranda's just like, yeah, it's a lot longer, but she's like, I wouldn't stress out about it. The girls are all talking about Jordan, having them over to Jesse's house to discuss their marriage, which I think is so freaking weird. I can't tell you that if I was having issues in my marriage, my husband wouldn't be. Oh, I said, I can tell you that if I was having issues in my marriage, my husband would never be rallying up my friends to try to get them on his side. It would never happen. I said the whole situation is freaking weird. Out of nowhere, Taylor's like, have any of you ever done anal?
Yeah, why was that brought up?
I have no idea. Layla's like, I tried it, but it hurt, so I told him to take it out. And I'm like, Layla, you need to work your way up to do that before you just put a dick right in your ass. Like, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. Like, you can't just shove that right in there. Michaela's like, I mean, just have sex. There are bigger holes. And then Taylor looks at Jen because she's just sitting there being quiet and asked if she's tried it. And Jen's like, yeah, you need to spice it up. You either swing or have anal sex. I was like,
I was surprised by her answer, honestly.
I know. Go and swing or let
Not
your
that I couldn't
husband
see her being okay with trying whatever. I just can't see Zach being anything but kind of boring.
Yeah.
And vanilla. I don't know.
Right. Him being like, no.
Yeah.
The girls start packing up their stuff, and Jesse and Layla are like grabbing the blanket, and Jesse's like, wait, your hair looks longer. Layla says in confession, I thought that I was in the clear. And I was like, you would have had to tell her at some point. She, like, you have to get your extensions moved up every 4 to 6 weeks. Layla explains why she didn't tell her, and Jesse's like, I think that you could have just told me. Jesse says that in Utah, they don't have a lot of black hairstylists, and that's a problem. She wasn't upset with her at all, which I knew she wouldn't be. You want your friends to have healthy hair and not get ruined by something that she didn't even realize was happening. Right. Jen and Zach so now Jen and Zach show up at Jesse's for the Jordan barbecue. Jen says, have you ever been here? Like, as they're walking to the front door, and he's like, yeah. And then it shows them at the Halloween party with the guys dancing in front of Jen, which he's been there before that because all the guys met up at Jordan's for the dad talk meeting.
Right. Yeah.
So I was weird. I thought that was kind of weird, that conversation. Zach immediately asks Jordan how he's doing with everything, and Jordan's like, it's been hell. We have Macy and Michaela over here saying, let's meet up with Marciano. Let's get a lie detector test. Let's FaceTime him about the Demi stuff. Jordan is like, I wish that they would just realize this is our real lives. And Jen is like, oh, so now you can see how we felt. And I was like, yeah, Jordan, insert foot in mouth. You are saying exactly what you did to Jen and Zach. You are making fun of them. And now he's just like, why is everyone taking this like it's a joke? Like, now that it's your life, it's a different story
and real. Yeah.
The rest of the girls walk in, and Dakota walks over to hug Taylor, and she gives him this like awkward side hug, which I thought was funny because the way that he approached her and hugged her, it was like they've seen each other and everything's cool with them. And she was kind of like doing this like awkward side hug, like, I'm not showing them that we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe that I kind of got. And he's like, that was awkward. What are you going to do? Give me a side hug? And then she kind of like hugged him forward.
Yeah.
Then Layla says, this is weird being here without Jesse, and looks at Jordan and says, did you pay her like an hourly rate to rent it out? Jordan gets so quiet and is like, oh, no. Then tells everyone, he's like, let's go outside by the pool. So I thought
that was Layla who said that. In my head, it was Macy. Okay.
Where's my mouse is not working. I can't move my, what the hell?
I wonder if your battery died.
Here we go. Sorry. So then, where are we at? Oh my God. Now what's happening? The rest of the girls
Dakota and Jordan sit down.
Dakota and Jordan. Okay. My mouse is like, I don't know if it's just like janky and whatever. Like, I mean, it was super cheap, but sometimes it doesn't like move. Like my little mouse thing doesn't move. So Dakota and Jordan sit down right next to each other. They're both wearing black tank tops, which I know we talked about this before, and I hate guys in a tank top. I'm like, vomit.
Yeah.
Jordan starts talking and explaining the situation with him and Jesse, and then he gets some tears going and says, guys, I'm just not sure what's going to happen with me and Jesse. It wasn't Michaela, it was Macy, was trying not to laugh. And I was like, if I would have been in that situation and looked at Macy, I would have lost it. I'm not sure how she didn't start laughing. Oh my gosh. My best friend and I, like, we cannot be in the same room because, like, I will lose my shit. Like, and she would too.
You guys can make anyone uncomfortable. Because people think you're laughing at them. Like, it's hard to tell. If you don't know you two, oh my gosh, you guys can make a situation uncomfortable with your laughter.
But when Macy was just like, and then like looking around and like she was just like trying to hold back her laugh. Layla says, it's hard to hear from Jesse and we perceive you as a certain way, but we all F up. And Jordan literally cuts her off and is like, we need to remember she did have an affair. Then the look on Layla's face, she was just like, are you fucking serious? Yeah. Like, she said, we all F up. You know what I mean? And it's just like, she wasn't saying
that's
anything
literally
bad
what
about
she was
him.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he literally just had to come back and be like, yeah, well, she did have an affair on me. He continues with, she is breaking boundaries that we set up in therapy. And Macy's like, but didn't you break those boundaries too? Jordan, blank stare, says, you are correct. And I take full
what
accountability.
What was his boundaries? Because they didn't say.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I was curious. I was like, what is his boundaries that he's breaking? Screaming at her?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably. I think that, I mean, I guess that's kind of how I took it. Michaela's like, I think that might be some of the problem. She told us that this has been going on for most of your marriage and you are just taking accountability these past 6 months.
Yeah.
Jordan says that doesn't excuse that behavior. And the girls are like, no one is condoning her cheating. Like, he's putting it out there like these girls are being like, it's okay, Jesse. It's okay what you're doing. Jordan is talking all calm and is like, I'm just hoping that you are all seeing that I am trying to be authentic with you guys. And then he says, but sometimes I think that you all dick around and try and make light of something that is so painful for me. Michaela and Macy are like, we have never done that. Give us one time that happened. And Jordan's like, give me a second to think. Michaela's like, no, you can't. We never did that.
Yeah.
Jordan says, but inviting him to dinner was not okay. And Macy says, I'm really having a hard time when you are boxing out this for her because you really went hard at Dakota. Wait, what? Macy and I... Oh, he said Macy. Like Jordan was saying to Macy, it's really, I'm really having a hard time.
Gotcha.
Right. That you're the time when you were boxing this out for her, making it seem like what she did is okay, but you really went hard at Dakota. Macy's like, Jesse took accountability. He lied for years. Are you serious, Jordan? Again, Macy is friends with these women, not the men. Stop trying to pull things out of your ass because you just, are trying to make things worse.
Yeah.
Like, this has nothing to do with Dakota. He is there to try and explain to the women, like, his side of the story. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Macy was hard on Dakota at all. Macy was being a supportive friend to Taylor and just like calling it how it was.
Yeah.
Dakota was like, also, my lie was before dating. And Taylor is like, you have lied throughout our entire relationship. Dakota, shut up. Like, do you want to, I was like, you're going to get in trouble. Like, just be quiet.
Just shut up. You don't need to be a part of this.
Jordan just keeps saying the whole thing was just inappropriate. And Michaela's like, do you think that we were sitting on his lap feeding him tacos?
Yeah.
Jordan is like, not understanding these girls didn't cheat on their husbands. This is for him and Jesse to figure out and no one else.
Right.
The girls end it with, I'm glad you are taking accountability and just continue to move forward. Jordan ends it with, may mom talk and dad talk get along forever. Amen. And Macy says, but do we get along? And then that was the end.
Yeah.
So,
Jordan.
I know. I have not watched the next episode, so I wanted to, but I was like, I have to do mine because I know I would talk about what happens next.
I started it. It is going to be so good. Whitney's back.
Yes,
it's going to be so
episode.
good.
5 is when Whitney comes back.
Yes. With all of her glory. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to tell you, in one of the clips that I put up, someone posted, wow, that's quite the Pennsylvania accent. It was you talking.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what a Pennsylvania accent is. Yeah, what did I say?
I don't know.
Wait, which one was it? Or one of like our episodes that we...
It was just a clip. No, it was one of the clips I put out.
My grammar. Was it my grammar?
Maybe it's like you saying Mayan. I don't know.
Do I say Mayan?
Yeah, you say Mayan instead of mine.
But
I don't. Awful. Who knows? I don't know. There's nothing that stood out to me because I obviously was raised on the same accent. But I have been told before when I've lived in other places that my accent is thick, and I'm like, okay.
So, Erin, when she was going to college, I went to visit her, and the guys that were there, I don't even know where they were from, but they're like, wow, your guys' accent. And I was like, accent? I guess I think of an accent, it's like Southern or like I wouldn't think Pennsylvania. But they couldn't, like when we would say pull, they're like a swimming pool or a pool.
Yeah, I know because we say it the exact same way.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was, like you just know when you're talking about a pool, like a swimming pool.
Pool.
Or a pole.
I don't know. Paul. I don't know.
Pole. I don't know.
But so that was a funny comment.
I thought you were going to say something else that they said, whoa, those are some big teeth.
No one. I would probably delete it and wouldn't ever tell you about it.
I wouldn't give a shit anyway. That's where I'm at
I can't imagine
at least
anyone
today.
would say that. Unless, like...
Really? People are fucking
if we got so big that you have crazy trolls that just want to be assholes.
Right.
But, like, this small little platform, I don't think anyone's coming in to, like, talk about appearance.
Tear us apart.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
All right. Well, thank you for listening. I'm going to drop this the day before Thanksgiving, so that's a little different than our normal schedule, but we figured get it out there before the holidays hit, and people might miss it then. We're on everything at Shaded Reality Pod. We do TikTok, Instagram. We have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. So you can leave comments there, and we will see them. You could always send us an email at shadedrealitypod@gmail.com if you wanted to give us advice, if you had some like recommendations for future shows, if you're another podcaster who would like to do a collab, any of those things. So shadedrealitypod@gmail. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we'll see you guys after the holiday.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Bye.